Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 21. Um, we're sitting here on opening day of 2021. Wanted to take you through a couple of moves we made this off season. This off season, we lost a bunch of guys to free agency, guys that we went over in the last episode. But some of the major additions that we made, we signed Trevor Bauer to a 6-year, $140 million deal. We're paying him $30 million for this year and next year. He has a player opt out after that. After that, the contract goes to $20 million a year for the next 4 seasons, and we have a team option on him for $20 million in that 6th year. Wanted to bring Trevor Bauer in. He's 30 years old. Figure if we can get 3 to 4 really good years out of him, he'll be worth that contract. The next addition we brought in was Keone Kela. He has been a Texas Ranger early on in his career. He decided to come back home for a 3-year, $16 million deal. We're paying him a little bit more up front. Next year, the contract goes down to $5 million, and then that third year is a really team-friendly team option for $3 million. He's only 27 years old, and we expect him to be an anchor out of our bullpen this year for sure. So we brought in Bauer and Kela as far as the rotation goes. As far as the batting goes, we brought on Tommy LaStella on a 1-year, $10 million deal. I do think we might have overpaid a little bit for him, but his hitting is pretty good. He gets on base a lot. And worst case for us, he can be a really solid utility guy. We did have a good amount of money to spend this offseason, so we overspent on a guy like Tommy LaStella, but I do think he'll be impressive. He'll likely fight for that second/third base role throughout the year. Take you through opening the preseason predictions for us are pretty interesting. We're projected to be the worst team in the division at 75 and 87. Hopefully we can improve there. We'll see. Obviously, not entirely sure how this team will play out, but it should be interesting. We take on the Detroit Tigers here on opening day. I want to go through the opening day lineup with you guys. There's been some changes. Leody Taveras is going to make his big league debut at age 22 years old. He had a really good year last year in the minors. I think it's time for him to come up. Worst case, he can play a really good defensive center field for us. We shifted Hazley over to left field. He bats second. We bring in Willie Calhoun to play DH, batting third. Batting fourth is Joey Gallo in right field. Fifth is Rougned Odor at second base. Cole Tucker is going to start for us at shortstop this year. Elvis Andrus is on the bench. Obviously, we expect Elvis Andrus to get a lot of playing time, but Cole Tucker is going to start the season off for us at shortstop. Ronald Guzman is going to be back in at first base this year. Robinson Chirinos is going to be behind the dish. And at third base, we're going to actually start Andy Ibanez today. We did hire a new manager this offseason. Burks, our manager. We fired Chris Woodward because, his development influence wasn't great on the team, and a lot of free agents actually weren't interested in signing with us if Chris Woodward was the manager. So in order to attract a player like Trevor Bauer and a player like Keone Kela, we just decided it was best to part ways with Woodward and start fresh. So this is the team that we're going into opening day with. LaStella and Andrus are on the bench to start off the year, but I do expect them to get plenty of playing time. And our opening day pitcher is Trevor Bauer, of course. So we're taking on the Detroit Tigers and Casey Mize. Casey Mize is a really young, strong pitcher. He's coming off a really rough 2020 season, but there's obviously a lot of promise there. So let's get this show on the road. Leading off for us is Leody Taveras in his big league debut. And Taveras pops one up to shortstop. One away. That'll bring up Adam Hazley. 3-2 is the count to Hazley, and he lines one into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. So Hazley gets the first base hit of the year for the Texas Rangers this year. That'll bring up Willie Calhoun. And Hazley looks like a pass ball. He gets over to second base. And when Calhoun drives the ball to deep right field, That is going to stay in the park, but barely. Hazley will tag up on the third. So there's 2 down, man at third. That'll bring up Joey Gallo. 1-1's the count to Gallo, and he flies one out to right field. So we threaten. We do not score a run here in the top of the first. That'll bring in Trevor Bauer to make his debut for the Texas Rangers. He's facing Daz Cameron. Line to short or to third base, retired by Ibanez. Victor Reyes will come up, and he pops one out to right field. Joey Gallo should get that no problem, and that is 2 away. Isaac Paradis comes up for the Tigers. First pitch swinging, and he lines one into center field. Leo Tavares is there to make the play. Here at the top of the second, we have Rougned Odor coming up to face Casey Mize. He strikes out. Cole Tucker making his big league debut faces Casey Mize. And he grounds one over to second base. That'll bring up Ronald Guzman. And he strikes out. So a good inning from Casey Mize there. He looks to be pretty locked in. Bauer faces Derek Fisher here. 2-2 is the count. And he lines one into left field. That'll be a base hit. So man on first, no outs. That'll bring up Javier Candelario. Oh, and Trevor Bauer picked him off over at first base. Nice work there. And he strikes out Candelario. So that's 2 away. No one on to face Willie Castro, the second baseman. And Castro grounds one over to third base. Ibanez is there and retires him no problem. So Bauer gets out of that after surrendering a leadoff single. Top of the third, we have Robinson Chirinos up. He'll fly out to third base, it looks like. Andy Ibanez comes up to face Casey Mize. He hits one to deep center field, but should be playable there. That's 2 away. Leo Tavares comes back up, still looking for his first hit as a big leaguer. And looks like he will not get it there. He pops up to left field to retire the side. So that'll bring Trevor Bauer in for the bottom of the 7th. He faces Trace Barrera. Barrera grounds one out to Ibanez, throws over to first, retired. That is 1 away. That'll bring up Nico Goodrum. 3-2 pitch to Goodrum, and Trevor Bauer walks Nico Goodrum. Facing Jorge Bonifacio, 1-0 pitch. Ball hit into center field, should be easy for Tavares. He gets there, and that is 2 away. Man on first, 2 down. Trevor Bauer faces Daz Cameron. 3-2 pitch, and he walks him. So that's the second walk of the inning there for Trevor Bauer. Victor Reyes comes up here with 2 away. 3-2 pitch again, and he walks him again. So that's 3 walks for Bauer here. He definitely looks like he's starting to lose it a little bit, but it's only the 3rd inning. He's got to get Paradis here. Hopefully he will. On a 1-0 pitch, he grounds out to Ibanez, flips it over to Bauer, and that'll retire the side. So Trevor Bauer walks 3 there, but gets out of the inning. That'll bring up Adam Hazley. He's got our hit today. 3-2 count to him. And he's 2 for 2 today. He hits one into right field. So Hazley gets on with a leadoff single. That'll bring up Willie Calhoun. And another drive to deep right field. This time it might go. And it does. Willie Calhoun hits a home run to put the Rangers up 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. Joey Gallo comes up to face Casey Mize. One-two pitch to Gallo, and he strikes out. Rougned Odor is up here with 1 away. 3-1 pitch, and he walks. They'll bring up Cole Tucker looking for his first big league hit. And Rougned thinks about taking off, but he does not go. There he goes. Rougned Odor gets in there safely. So Rougned Odor steals second base for us. Cole Tucker with a man in scoring position. 3-2 is the count. And he strikes out looking. Here comes Ronald Guzman looking to bring home Rougned Odor. And he pops one up into center field. So The Rangers score 2 here on a Willie Calhoun 2-run home run. Definitely a good start for Willie Calhoun after last year. We're sticking with him this year, so hopefully he can deliver for us. Trevor Bauer on here in the bottom of the fourth, facing Derek Fisher. He gets Fisher to roll over one, but it looks like he beats it out for an infield single. So some weak contact gets Derek Fisher on base. Trevor Bauer facing Javier Candelario. Strikes him out. Willie Castro up to face Bauer. He walks him. Wow, Bauer's walking a lot of people today. He's got 4 walks through 3 1/3 innings here. Facing Trace Barrera. Barrera lines one into left field. That'll go for extra bases. 1 run comes in. Looks like 2 runs will come in, so that'll tie the game there on a Barrera double. Bauer just doesn't look to be in great form here today, to be totally honest with you guys. I'm a little disappointed in this outing from him. We get a ground out to second base there. There's 2 away, so hopefully Bauer can get us out of this inning, and this could still be a tie ball game. He's got to get through Jorge Bonifacio here, and he gets him to pop out into left field. So the Tigers even it up at 2-2 going into the top of the 5th here. Robinson Chirinos set to face Casey Mize. 1-2 count, and he strikes out. That'll bring up Andy Ibanez. 0-2 pitch to Ibanez. He rolls one over to third base. But there's an error there on the throw, so he gets in safely. Leody Taveras still looking for that first big league hit. First pitch swinging. He grounds it back to the pitcher who throws onto first, but Taveras actually beats that out with his speed. So that'll be his first big league hit there with an infield single. That'll bring up Hazley, who's 2 for 2 today. Runners go, and Ibanez beats the throw, so that's his first steal of the year. 1-2 is the count to Hazley. He strikes out. We got Willie Calhoun, who hit a home run his last time up with 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. Willie Calhoun hits it again to deep right field, but it stays in. So 3 really good shots for Willie Calhoun to right field today. He got 1 to go. Just inches away from hitting 3 homers today, which is pretty impressive. Bauer strikes out Cameron there, so we need Bauer to really dial it in here in this inning. Don't really walk anyone. Try to keep this a short 1 through 3 innings so we can get 6 innings out of him. And he looks like he gets him 1, 2, 3 here, so that's a good inning out of Bauer. That'll bring up Joey Gallo. Buck Farmer comes in to relieve Casey Mize. Buck Farmer pitched pretty well last year in 70 innings. He had a 3.47 ERA. And Gallo walks on 4 pitches. That'll bring up Rougned Odor. He flies out to center field, it looks like. Left field, rather. So there's 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Cole Tucker looking for that first big league hit. Can he get it here? He does not. Grounds out to third, but over to second goes Gallo. So we've got a man on second, 2 outs for Ronald Guzman. And he kind of just hits a weak pop out to the infield here. So we do not score there. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Trevor Bauer still on the mound for the Rangers. He's got 80 pitches through 5. He faces Derek Fisher, who strikes out. Javier Candelario is up. 0-2 pitch to him from Bauer. Bauer strikes him out as well. And Willie Castro is up here. He is 0 for 1 today with a walk. And Bauer gets him to roll over 1 to first. So a really good inning out of Bauer there. The last 2 innings have been really strong from him. That'll bring up Robinson Chirinos. Strike him out. Andy Ibanez comes up here. He might leg that out. He does get an infield single there. So Andy Ibanez is on base with Leody Taveras up at the plate. Taveras grounds it through the hole there. He gets a base hit. Andy Ibanez hustles his way to third. So Taveras is 2 for 4 on his first big league day so far. Here comes Adam Hazley on a 3-2 pitch here. He strikes out. So Willie Calhoun is up first and third, 2 outs. He's going to be first pitch swinging. He gets us a base hit there. He lines it into right field, so that'll put the Rangers on the board. They're winning 3-2. All 3 RBIs go to Willie Calhoun today. He's having a really quite the day. And Joey Gallo walks again. So that'll bring in Paul Fry, the left-hander, to face Rougned Odor. And he grounds out to second. So the Rangers, we really threatened in that inning. We only got 1 run, but now let's see if we bring in Bauer. If Bauer comes in here for the 7th, he's got 89 pitches. He's facing Trace Barrera. 1-2 pitch to him, strikes him out. So that'll bring in Jose Leclerc. I guess the manager decided to pull Bauer there. I probably wouldn't have done so, but let's see if Leclerc can show us something. He really did not show us much last year, and of course, he starts us out with a walk. So we need Leclerc to really dial it in here. And there's the ball hit to deep center field. It looks like the game's going to be tied here. I don't like that decision from our manager to pull Bauer there. But actually, he didn't come home. But we've got second and third with 1 out to Daz Cameron. Got a 3-2 pitch here. Strikes him out. So Leclerc's just got to get Victor Reyes to get out of this inning. Let's see if he can. 3-2 pitch again. And he walks him. So we've got bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Leclerc is going to face Isaac Paradis. He has him 0-2. And he gets Paradis. Weak ground ball. Throw to first. Leclerc fields it and throws him out. So Leclerc gets out of that jam, which is definitely impressive, but definitely don't love how many people he just continues to walk. It's a little bit absurd. Drew Carlton on here to relieve Buck Farmer. He faces Cole Tucker. And Cole Tucker looks like he'll just ground out to second base there. Ronald Guzman up to face Carlton on the 1-2 pitch here. He drives the ball into deep right center field. That'll go for extra bases. So Guzman gets on with a double here in the top of the 8th with 1 away. Definitely love to see that out of Ronald Guzman. This is a big year for him to kind of prove himself and really take control of that first base job. Here brings up Robinson Chirinos, who is 0 for 3 today. On a 2-0 pitch, Chirinos lines one into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. And Guzman decided to hold it third. So we have first and third with 1 out. That'll bring up Andy Ibanez. 3-1 pitch. He grounds over to second base. Throw over to first. That'll retire Ibanez, but we do get a run across here. So I guess we'll take it. We have 2 away here. Man on second base. Leody Taveras is 2 for 4 today. He is at the plate. And he will ground out to third base to retire the inning. So we do get a run there. Let's see if our bullpen, Leclerc is back in. Oh, no. He's back in 23 pitches to face Derek Fisher. He strikes him out. Leclerc feel like he gets everyone to 3-2 count. And whatever, we'll take that out of him. This will bring in Cody Whitley, who we traded for last year. We acquired Cody Whitley in a deal with the St. Louis Cardinals, and he came over in the Lance Lynn trade. So let's see if Cody Whitley can get it done here for us in a setup role. Ooh, an 0-2 pitch. He drills Candelario. So we've got some control issues out of the bullpen for sure. The bullpen was an issue for us last year, so let's hope we can resolve this. But wow, there's a hit into the outfield. That'll go for extra bases. So again, here we have second and third, 1 away. Base hit likely ties the ball game. Whitley here to Tres Barrera. He gets a weak ground ball to shortstop, over to first. That's 2 away, but a run does score. So we have tying run on third base with 2 down. Here's Whitley to face Goodrum. And he strikes him out looking. So Whitley gets us out of there. He does surrender a run, but the Rangers go into the 9th with a lead. We hope with the top of our order here we can kind of tack onto that. That'll bring up Adam Hazley. He'll fly out to center field. Bringing up Willie Calhoun, who is 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs today. Let's see if he can stay hot here at the plate. He strikes out. That'll bring up Joey Gallo. who has walked twice and I believe struck out twice today. And he'll roll over one into the shift. So 4-3 is the lead. The Texas Rangers looking to close this out. Brand new acquired closer Keone Kela comes in to finish the job for us here. He faces Jorge Bonifacio. And he strikes him out. Facing Daz Cameron now, Keone Kela deals. And there's a walk on 4 pitches. So we definitely have walk problems. But hopefully Kela can get us out of this. We had ground ball to second base. That could be 2. Nope, we get the lead runner. So we have Detroit Tigers are up to their last batter here, potentially. Isaac Paradis facing Keone Kela here in the bottom of the 9th. And we walk him on 4 pitches. So this control issue that we're having, I wonder if it's the pitching coach or it's just the pitchers we have. But we've got to get Derek Fisher here. And we do get him to pop out. Joey Gallo ranges under it, and he is there to make the play. So we make it out of this one with a win, a 4-3 victory over the Detroit Tigers. It certainly wasn't easy. They threatened a bunch in this game, but the top of our lineup hit really well today. Willie Calhoun obviously delivering a big homer for us. We had 3 stolen bases in the game. Trevor Bauer with a really quality start, 6.1 innings, only 3 hits, 2 earned. He did have 6 walks, but he struck or 4 walks, but he struck out 6. The rest of our bullpen really did have some walk issues, but somehow we got out of it here today. So I'm definitely happy to get an opening day victory. Cannot complain there. So hopefully this is the start of a new season where we can kind of put some things together and win some games. I know you'll notice here Vientos ranked 62 overall by OSA. Sam Huff, still a top prospect. Thought about actually having him make the team this year. Depending on how Robinson Chirinos kind of starts the year, Sam Huff might come up from AAA and get some playing time in the big leagues. But until then, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.